It is your boy TBT, aka the Brainless Trader, and we are back with another video. I owe you guys something. We're just going to kind of go through what my fall has looked like. I wanted to take some time to focus on my actual trading, not really posting videos. I posted like 4 or 5 videos this summer that y'all can go check out if you want, but I was like, well, should I spend more of my time trying to post more content, or should I spend more time trying just to dial in on who I am as a trader, what I'm doing as a trader, how I can get better? I decided to go with the latter. Regardless, I think that having seen my channel be sustained with the 600 or so of you that have decided to join me on this journey, I kind of feel motivated to do more, motivated to give more of myself as far as just being transparent in my approach and the things that I'm doing, and I think using this as this year as an opportunity for me to just kind of expand my growth personally as a trader as well, to really dial in on a few things that I really want to focus on being able to accomplish. So I'm not going to make any promises as far as how many videos I'm going to make this year in 2024. I'm not going to make any promises as far as how consistent I will be on YouTube, but I'm going to be the type of trader that I have always asked of myself, to be efficient. I'm going to be able to execute in the market the way that I know how, by following my model that I have kind of dialed in, and you guys kind of know that I kind of focus on the breakers, but then also the 12 a.m. open. Really diving deeper into just understanding how I personally use that and using it whenever it becomes available. And another thing that I've been kind of wanting to focus on is just consistent time in the market. So you have your trading days, you have your days that you make money, you have your days that you lose money, but I need to have a consistent schedule in the market, just to say these 2 or 3 days I'm going to be trading. And I've settled on the middle of the week, Tuesday through Wednesday, as those days that I want to really be trading. With work and with life, there's always going to be challenges. There's going to be, especially when you have a job, you're going to have outside factors, your boss asking you to do certain work, certain things going on in the workplace that you're going to have to answer to, that kind of constrict your ability to trade. Over time, what I'd like to happen, God willing, is for me to be able to spend my full time trading Forex. But in order to do that, I have to be able to make enough money to convince my wife, convince myself that I am ready for full-time trading. Because a lot of people will jump, they start making a little bit of money and they'll jump from part-time trader to full-time. They'll quit their job. And for me, having had a master's degree, having done all the work to get to where I am in the working world, I'm like, I'm not about to just give all that up until I know for sure that I'm making 3 or 4 times more trading than I am doing my job. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as me, y'all know I have kids, I have a wife, like I just said. I have to set us up for success down the road as well. So I can't really, not that I can't, but I don't want to shortchange myself in my career. What I would like to happen is, God willing, I can execute in the market, but also execute at work, and I have to pick and choose the hours that I'm going to trade in order to be able to do that. And I've settled on the London session, which kind of helps me out, but obviously you need sleep. So working together with my wife to generate a schedule that works for me as far as when I'm going to be able to get up and trade, what days that I'm going to be able to get up and trade. That means I got to go to sleep early. That means that I got to help get the kids to bed early. That means that we have to make dinner earlier so we can be getting the kids ready earlier. You feel me? So it's a lot of different factors. I think as a young man, if you're a young man or young woman who doesn't have kids, and that's the best time to really be jumping into Forex or a career outside of academia, because you can really narrow in your time, dial in your time. A lot of times wasted also, which was guilty of that too. But then you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, time is going to be taken up. So that's the beginning. And then over time, if y'all get married and then y'all have kids, your time is the time to yourself, right? So you need to be able to have some sort of time to yourself to trade with. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, okay, I gotta have a certain amount of time that I can really have to myself to trade consistently every week, because there are moves that are going to happen this week that may not happen next week, and I need to be able to capture that consistently in the market, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with my focus for 2024. And then I have several factors or things that I want to improve about my trading. There's certain time frames that I want to be entering in. There's certain points in the market, and if I'm looking for a buy, I would like to be entering only under the 12 a.m. open, within a fair value gap. If you notice, ICT, a lot of the times he enters his trades mainly in a fair value gap. It may be a 1 minute, maybe a 3 minute, maybe a 5 minute, maybe a 15, an hour, but there usually is a fair value gap associated with his entry. And I've noticed on his live executions that that's an opportunity for me to take that advice and say, I've been mentored by this guy since 2021, and it wasn't even clear to me exactly that final piece of his entry criteria, but that's a part of it. Not to say that there aren't other factors, because he's a complex dude and there's plenty of factors that he's using, but the FVG he's made clear, especially this year, that's one of his main things he's looking for as far as where to enter when he's clicking the button, right? So I want to be clicking the button in the right area, and that involves the FVG normally, fair value gap. And then there's a number of other things that I'd like to be able to do as far as tape reading, as far as being consistent in the market. Like I said, having those 2 or 3 days that I know I'm going to be trading and I know I'm going to be watching the market. I may be tape reading that day if there's no setup, or not necessarily, but I may be not taking a trade if there's no setup. And then on Mondays, I would like to not take any trades and focus on tape reading specifically, right? So having those built-in study times for the market, observation times for the market, and actual live trading days for the market are important to me, because I feel like that's going to build my consistency in the market. And then having my Fridays and my Saturdays as review times, where I actually get into my personal data, tracking and trending the things that I have worked on. And that's kind of what we'll get into a little bit now, and we'll show you the spreadsheet, but we'll just talk through the trades that I took and the percentages that I went up and down in my funded challenge with the funded trader that I'm still in. Thankful for them, kind of the whole industry kind of going to a unlimited time frame, because that a lot of times with the regular time frames it kind of hinders a trader. So it makes you have to go outside of your trading plan when you're having to try to squeeze in that last week or so of trading to try to make it to the destination. So not to say that you can't do it, but for me personally, it just a situation just makes it longer for me to pass it, right? And I'm still trying to pass my first funded challenge. I've passed the whole thing that I did in 2022. Yeah, I passed the first part and didn't pass the second part. But part of that is, like I said, having a family, having the money to actually put into enough challenges, to take enough challenges to win a challenge, right? Because I've literally taken only one legitimate 100k challenge, which is the one that I'm in right now, since 2022. I took 150k and 110k. 10k was just kind of getting my feet wet. I didn't have enough money at the time to do a bigger one. The 50k, I had a little bit of money, but I didn't have enough for the 100k, so I did the 50k, but wasn't really in the right frame of mind. Didn't do my best, didn't pass it. Right, so I've literally taken legitimately 100k challenge since the 2022 100k challenge. That's not an excuse to say I shouldn't have been able to pass a 10k and a 50k. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind and wasn't trading properly to be able to do it, right? The amount of challenges, that means I've taken 3 challenges in the last year. There's traders who are taking 3 times that, 4, 5, 10 times that in a year, because they have the money to be able to just go and keep going and taking challenges. And that's kind of what you need. If you have your setup, you have your trading plan, you got everything else, you kind of need the money, right? Whether it's your own account or a funded account, to be able to keep going and to make more money, to be able to try more. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, okay, for me, having to disperse my money across 3-4 heads, including myself, I got to be careful about how many challenges I'm taking. I got to be careful about when I'm going to take a challenge, which is why I'm in the 100k now, right? So with that said, 2024, I believe will be a momentous year for me this year, just because of the way that I traded this challenge so far. My confidence in my abilities, and my confidence in my faith in God. I kind of know that the clock is ticking, and it's feeling like I'm getting closer and closer. At least mentally, I just know what I'm capable of.